Welcome back to KY the Scholar channel. Now you all bear with me that getting the opportunity to study abroad is not easy, and it is also important to always be looking out for information that will help you to easily navigate to any country that you want to study. And on today's episode, I want to share with you one of the most important things that one needs to consider if you want to study in this North American country, especially United States or Canada, or probably if you want to go to UK. They are very, very important thing that you would have to consider, and it basically has to do with cold email. I think I've been saying a whole lot about cold emails on my channel, and today I want to take it down to the things that you need to consider or in sending cold email to any professor that you want to consider as your supervisor, or probably who is a grad coordinator for the program that you're applying to. Code emails are very important because it explains who you are as an applicant, and it explains your competencies to the professor that is currently the graduate coordinator for the program that you're applying to. So welcome once again to my channel. I am Kwaku Owusu. I am a graduate student at East Tennessee State University in the United States. You get to know a bit of your competencies before you even put in your application. And when it happens like that, getting funding too becomes a bit easy. Do you get it? No, I'm not saying it's always the case, but it's 50% guarantee that when you get good response out of your cold email, there's a likelihood that you'll be giving funding to as well for the university when it comes, especially United States. So you can't do away with cold emails when you want to do your master's or PhD in the United States or Canada. So cold email, as it sounds, has to do with an email that is sent to a person that you do not have current connection with. Take note, you do not have any connection with the person, but you send to the person for the person to know who you are. You send the email to anybody that you don't know, explaining who you are, letting the person know who you are, what you can do, what you have to offer. That is what cold email actually is. And there are elements that you have to consider. So in sending cold email, what you need to consider in your code email, the first thing that you need to consider is that you have to keep it brief and make it concise. Yes, you don't have to be writing a whole lot. When I say keeping it brief, what do I mean? One goal of code email is to draw attention to the reader. That is very, very important. You need to draw attention in order to increase your chances of getting response. It is very, very important. So one way of doing this is by making the email short with only a few paragraphs. It's very, very key. Take note of that. You should also make sure everything you state is related to an action that you are requesting. It is very, very important. You have to make sure it's related to a particular action, a particular task, because you have to. The email, the intention of that email is to draw attention, is to catch whoever that you are sending the email to attention. Yes, that is very, very key. So keeping it short and in making it concise is very, very important. And if you do that, it will help you to get response from maybe the program coordinator that you are sending to, or probably anybody from the department that you think can be of help when it comes to funding decision. These are very, very key in the process. So the second point that you need to take note of in your cold email is that you have to make it actionable and easy. Yes, make your email actionable. Make the request actionable enough, and it should be easy. And then here, the purpose of cold email is to get many conversations as possible. Yes, it's very, very important. It's to get many conversations as possible, whether that is through maybe a response or a sale. That is it. I keep saying that looking for scholarship or funding for grad studies is about marketing a product. You have to position it as such, else you will not get any customer to buy you, and see these coordinators as customers, as intended customers to you. So you need to position yourself as such in order to be considered for the funding that you're looking for. And then the third thing that you have to consider is that you have to learn how to customize your email to the recipient. It's very, very important. Someone may ask, how will I be able to customize my email to the recipient or to the graduate coordinator? first of all, you need to do research about the graduate coordinator. You need to do your research well about the graduate coordinator or the program coordinator that you are sending the email to. Do keen particular research about him. Know his or her research work. Know his or her, activities, current project that he's working on. You have to know all those things, and you include them in your email for the person to know that at least you're following him and you know what you're doing. I stated that it's all about drawing attention. It is all about drawing attention. So in order to make your email, actionable enough, you have to learn how to customize your email to the recipient. Very, very key. To the program coordinator. So the recipient of your email, that person has a higher chance of responding if they feel you took the time. This is very, very key. If they feel you took the time to research about them, that is very key. They are ready to respond to you if they feel that you took the time to research about them. You should make sure that the email that you are sending is customized to them specifically, so they do not feel like maybe I don't know how to put it. Maybe they are part of a mass email. No, you don't have to let them feel that way. Don't let them feel that they are part of the mass email that are being sent always. No, you have to customize it enough to them. Make sure the email is for them and them alone. And in that regard, you are going to get what? Response from them, being it positive or negative, whichever way. It's a process, and when you get negative response from them, you don't have to end there. You need to continue. Just proceed. Keep on researching, keep on hitting them with the emails, but make sure the email is customized to their needs. Okay? It has to customize to them. So it's very, very important. It's very, very important. Before you send your message, just be looking out for online materials or probably some information about him or her before you send an email to. And then the fourth point that you have to take note of, you have to authenticate yourself. You don't need anybody to tell you this, but I'm emphasizing it again. You have to authenticate yourself. It is an important step to include when drafting a cold email to validate yourself. It's very, very key. You have to validate yourself. You already know about them, man, to your research. So you need to validate yourself. You already know them, probably by their research. But what about you? Nobody knows you. Validate yourself. Validating yourself here means you need to show credibility. You need to show credibility. Okay? Show credibility. Show your work. Show your competence in the email. If you have any reference or any recommendation from someone, you can make reference to, for them to, if they want to go further to authenticate who you are, they can go ahead and reach out to that person. So it's very, very key. Okay, it's very, very key. You need to authenticate yourself, before you send it. And then the other thing that is, general and something you have to do is that do not send a cold email without your CV. I keep saying that. Do not send a cold email without adding or attaching your CV. Add your CV to it. Let them know, what you've got to offer. That is very, very important. If you can add your transcript to it, that is also key. You can add your transcript to it for them to know that, hey, you were a good student, and then you have the capacity to do, whatever you intended to do in your field, in your field of study. So that is basically the 4 key things that you have to take note of. So in summary, you have to keep your email brief. Let it be brief and concise enough, and then you have to make it actionable enough. You have to customize it to the recipient. You have to customize to the recipient needs. Make sure the emails are actually customized to one particular recipient, whether the program coordinator or grad coordinator or whoever that you think can give you funding from the school that you intended to go. customize it to their needs. Let the email actually fit them alone, not the masses. Yeah, if it's happening that way, you're going to get quick response from them. And then you need to authenticate yourself, validate yourself. It's basically just make sure, you are who you are. You have the requisite as spelled out on your CV or something like that. Just make sure you made that. And at the end of the day, you will be considered for the funding that you're looking for. So thank you very much for having time for me. Then again, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I will plead with you to subscribe to my channel, and I will always come your way with a lot of information as time was pursued. Thank you very much. See you on my next upload. Bye bye.